it. I was looking for you.
こんにちは、ラクロラです。シャーロック・ホームズ、チャプター1、続けていきます。あなたが来訪者？なんかすごい薄汚れた服装だけど。こんにちは。
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
You can call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And that something is my prize, I suppose?
You're a fast learner, sir.
観察してみよう。気になったんだけど、頭のところ、塗料がついてる。しかも桃色。すごいひげ。もう少し伸ばしたらサンダさんみたいになりそう。古くみすぼらしい。やっぱり。手がすごく綺麗。テロールの痕跡がない。あ、なんかポケットに入ってる。もう一回手を見るってことは何かあるのかな？四角い形のものを隠してるね。そりゃあ簡単だよね。これだよ。水兵の格好をした男が僕の家に来て、自分のことを新しい謎解きだと名乗った。髪についたピンクの塗料から男が芸術関係の人間であることがわかる。彼の手には豆や腹荒れといった肉体労働を日常的に行っている痕跡は見られず、水兵のクソには不釣り合いだ。僕の名前や住所を知っている芸術家はほとんどおらず、ボーゲルがクイズマスターと考えて間違いないだろう。この偽物の水兵のポケットに仕掛け形をした小さなものが入っていることから、男はボーゲルの美術館の従業員であり、僕を訪ねてきたのは、招待状を渡すためだと推測した。
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes. Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
Of course. Explanations are my favorite part of any conversation. Hands without any sign of regular physical activity, in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform. The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink, unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A sailor with the soul of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
That was remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius. I think he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
シャーロック・ホームズ君へ、もう気づいているのは間違いないだろうか。君には私の作品展に来てもらいたい。美しい作品を満喫してしまうためにはなく、君の頭脳が必要なのだ。美術館があるのは、旧市街地地区、バザー街道とヘルメスアベニューの交差点にある対象エラだ。お待ちしている。行ってみようか。お招きいただいたことだしね。
You won't believe it, but Werner's other idea was to put me in a dress.
それは見てみたかったな。そんじゃジョン、行こうか。ピンクって言えば、確かおしゃれ好きな変わり者の将校がバギーをピンクで塗ったことがあるらしいんだよね。でもそれが表でも効果があるみたいで、暗闇で黒に塗るよりも暗闇に溶け込んでいて、とても迷彩としての効果があったって話があったっけ？どうかこんなところに。
I imagine Goliath was surprised to find out his lady was not real.
だね。ちょっと騙した気分になっちゃって申し訳ないけど。
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Esteva, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
ああ、忙しいんで、また。
I'm afraid I don't have time for this now.
I hope that you will reconsider. If you do, I'll be here.
その間、兄もここに来るのが長引くだろうしね。じゃあ、行こう。どこにこれなんかついてんだ？ちょっと待って。あ、ここか。外して。場所は、ヘルメスアベニューとバザー街路の間。そうだな。ここに飛べばいいか。観測地点。ここから移動しよう。大きな場所だね。やっぱり、ブル・アフシャール大小宿。おっと。入ってみよう。あれ、受付に誰もいない。入って大丈夫かな？あ、いる。こんばんは。
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
事件について。
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
それこそネズミしか入れないね。
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
地下室には何が？
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
じゃあ見て回ってみよう。たくさん作品があるよね。これって実際にある作品なのかな？これもなんか見たことあるような気がする。お、ジョンも見てるね。
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
ああ、まあ機会があれば。じっくり見たいな。多分こっち。あった。地下室だ。鍵は多分この扉についてるのかな。
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
何やってんの？あ、釣ってるんだ。これなんだろう。
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
あ、サメか。でもなんか水が刺さってるのはどうしてだろう。消化した時の水？前には棺がある。動かされた。このカラスは？
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
あ、この後の手形が。
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
この絵は
Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
ああ、なるほどね。こっちは、なんか寝室っぽいの感じになってる。特にこの辺を見る感じはないけど、これか。なんかこの場所に不釣り合いだね。
Closed with a metal bolt.
これは掛け跡だ。磁石。
Footprints. Size 9.5.
こっから来たの？こんな小さいところから？ずいぶん小柄なんだな。カーベルが倒れてる。
Old and hasn't been used for a long time.
あ、
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame.
足を引きずってる人物。こっちへ行って、ここに身を隠して、こっちに行くと何があるかな。オスカー・ワイルドの部屋。こっち先見てみよう。キノコ？
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
おお。うわ、これって。
Saturn devouring his son. Of grim composition.
僕もそう思う。
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
それが芸術というのかな。焼けてる。こっちを先に見てみよう。ああ、ここに絵画を飾っていたんだ。で、ここが燃えてるってことは、ここで燃やしたのかな。
Ugh, sheer
バラの額
vandalism.
縁。
Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
タバコだ。
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
あ、銘柄が載ってる。
A Malpalbut.
この音は思い出す時間だね。再現してみよう。まずはここから。これをわざわざある人が言ったと思うと面白いね。で、このシャベルの落ちる音を聞いた。シャベルの音を落ちる音を聞いて彼がやってきた。でも周りを見ず、でも犯人は見つからなかった。なぜなら隠れていたから。で、この部屋へ行く。絵を抜き取って焼いた。額縁だけ。
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room. But the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
報告しに行こう。道はこっちか。
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
堕落について、腐敗とも取れるし、堕落とも取れる。火について。どれもね、すべて当てはまるテーマの美術館だと思う、ここは。
Dozens of priceless works amassed simply for the sake of it and presented without care. It's not about the art, it's about excess, yes?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
興味深い事件ですね。
Mr. Vogel, my investigation has revealed that the intrusion was not merely vandalism but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
まずは、
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My. Your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
いない。じゃあ、セットについて。
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
侵入について。
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
でもなんだか変な感じがするね。このマーキュリーはどこに？
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific.
お
He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
どんな絵だったんですか？
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The
すごい絵
beast
だ。
had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
うん。でもなんか血生臭いような気がする。そんじゃあ訪ねてみよう。コルドナの安息日の夜。あった。じゃあ、マーキュリーの住所を調べてみよう。高名な人物だ、名の知れた人物ってことならば、多分新聞社に名前があるはず。何かそう、記事が。クロニクルはあった。そうだな。
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you.
何でしょ
う Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special
特別任務。
Tell me, are you interested?
興味はあるんですけど、今はちょっと他の事件が。
Miss Sertle, I am not pursuing you, and I am not pursuing further work at the minute.
そういえばこの人結婚してんだな、今の言い
It
方だ
shall
と。
wait for you here. Do come back. It's quite something.
そういえば警察署にも事件の束があったんだっけ。マイクロフトに新聞社の編集長、そして警察署と宝探しもあるんだっけ。忙しいね。あ、そうだ、バイオリンも探さなきゃいけないんだ。これだね、まず、とりあえず、旧市街地。人物は、著名人。時代は、締め基地かな。出た。芸術家展示会での喧嘩。先週、上流階級の芸術家の間で新たな事件が発生した。ことが始まったのは、コルドナの芸術家たちに大敗の踊りと名付けられた絵画の展示会だった。ライオン出版社の社長であるラロン・パーウィックが、デカダン派の画家であるモナフェス・マーキュリオに椅子を投げつけたのだ。ターウィック氏は後に椅子を投げたのはマーキュリオ氏に侮辱されたからと述べている。コーヒー店にいるマーキュリオ氏とターウィックが大金になって目撃されたことを注射を追記しておく。仲いいのかもしれないね、意外と。その後、マーキュリー氏を守るため、公共楽団の指揮者であるカート・ギャラガー氏がターウィックの頭を絵画で殴った。多くの客を巻き込み、大きな喧嘩に勃発した。結果の参加者たちは全員逮捕され、1週間抑留。なんと衝撃な出来事だろうか。読者 K には、展示会での土産を手に入れることをお勧めしたいが、展示会をするには終わりを迎えている。しかし、マーキュリー氏は処刑らに、読者処刑に、彼の家を訪ねて絵画を買うように促している。彼の住所は旧市街地スカーレット通りとオリーブ通りの間のヘレミスアベニューだ。美術館の道だね。通りだ。ジョンは暇そうだね。
I'll be right here.
よかった。そんじゃあちょっと行ってみようか。場所は旧市街地のアベニュー通り。じゃあ、こっから行こうか。道は、これまますぐ行けば、アベニュー通りに入るね。 歩いてて探せるものなのかって思うけどね。正直家って結構あるのよ。道路者が多いね。今の人すごい手が汚れてた。油でも触ってんのかな。あ、スイカが売ってる。そういえば、今年の夏はそんなにスイカ食べれなかったな。水分補給のぴったりだ。おっと、ごめん。ぴったりだし、食べればよかったかな。ボス飲料ばっかり飲んでた。あ、こっちかな。あるもんだね。入ってみよ
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, ma'am. I'm looking for the.
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at.
Dearie, tell me because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
う。それは困るな。出て行こう。しっかりした人だな。厳しい。じゃあ住所が分かったらこれどうしようかな。ああ。じゃあ、これをマーキュリーをしに、僕が変装すればいいね。うん、よし。じゃあ、今回はここまでにしよう。見てくださり、ありがとうございました。気になる続きはまた次回に。またね。